Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwahn and welcome to the channel. We have some more reaction content for you, and today we are checking out Persona 5. You can call it Persona 5 Royal, Persona 5 Today, however you want to look at it. But Persona 5 Royal, for the longest time, was locked on the PlayStation platform. Everyone was wondering, when is it finally going to come somewhere else? Come on. You brought Persona 4 Golden to other platforms, and then Persona 5 Royal finally was announced that it was coming to multiple platforms. It's going to be on the Nintendo Switch, it's going to be on Xbox, it's going to be on PC, and everyone was like, oh my god, no way. And not only is it going to be on PC, but you can also get it as part of your Xbox Game Pass subscription, which is incredible. You can play Persona 5 Royal not only on PC, but just included with Game Pass, which was amazing, incredible. But now, before we begin, one, I actually know almost nothing about Persona 5, okay? I just don't. It wasn't a franchise that I cared about. I know it's a very beloved franchise, but it wasn't one that I cared about when Persona 5 was coming out, or even when Persona 5 Royal was coming out. It wasn't until recently, on my stream on Fridays, I stream with my incredible partner in life, Athena, and we played through Persona 4 Golden. And because it came to Steam, and I was like, oh, sick, that's a good opportunity to try it. We can play through it together. And we played through it together, and I gotta say, Persona 4 was awesome. That was an incredible experience. That was an incredible game. And like, after playing through Persona 4 Golden, I was like, if the other games are anything like this one, then I can understand why people love these games so much. But I only played that, I don't know, within the last 2 years, right? And I know that Persona 5 Royal was already out, and I just didn't care when it released. And so I know so little. I know they're called the Phantom Thieves. I know the main character's name is Joker, and I know that's it. That's all I got, okay? I don't know anything else. I did not pay attention to any marketing for this game or anything, but me and Athena, we are going to be playing through Persona 5 Royal now. I do own it. I actually already own it on PlayStation because I got it from Best Buy for like $5 or some comically low amount, but we'll probably end up playing it on PC now because it'll have like 4K and all that other fancy stuff. So, but one of the things we like to do with our reaction videos here is we like to see where a game came from to today. We don't just react to a singular trailer. We're not just going to react to the Takeover trailer, which is one of the recent trailers that came out for the game coming onto all of these other different platforms. We are actually going to look at way back when, on November 24th, 2013, when Persona 5 was initially announced. And if the one, that is 9 years ago, as just a little bit of context. Also, to put that in perspective, this video caps out at 720p on the official announcement trailer. So, let's go. Is this where I need to scream and like rip my hair out and stuff? Winter 24. So one, I'm curious if anyone knew that this was Persona 5 before it got to this screen. I'm sure that like maybe a super fan like recognized some tunes or something going on and like the little clicks or something. But I'm glad to see that game development has not changed, right? I don't know if I'm glad to see that, but there's so many times in 2022 it's like, oh, this game's been delayed. This game's been delayed. Delayed. Persona 5, I mean, I believe Persona 5 is actually old enough now that it had different release cycles of Japan versus worldwide. But worldwide, it didn't release until 2016, and I don't believe it released in Japan in 2014. So, you know, it's good to see that, you know, that at least hasn't changed, and it did not make this release. So then we'll move forward from November 2013 to February of 2014, and we get another teaser trailer. Although I'm judging, I think this is actually the same exact fucking teaser trailer. And I think we're still in 720p. I'm just scanning through it. Yes, it is the exact same trailer. However, 2015 for PlayStation 3. Exact same trailer. They're like, oh yeah, we're not making that 2014 date. Also, yeah, PlayStation 3 for motherfucking PlayStation 3, yo. So here's an interesting thing. I was scouring through YouTube to try and find different bits and pieces for this, right? And I have these trailers set up in the order we're going to watch them is from oldest to most recent, right? And the order of trailers, I don't know, and maybe there was a trailer that was in Japanese that I just wasn't able to find very easily. But there's a trailer in Japanese that, well, there's the next trailer chronologically that I found was an IGN gameplay trailer. So, and there's got to be a trailer that I missed somewhere of like a more proper announcement trailer, because I can't imagine that they do a gameplay trailer after a teaser trailer and not have at least some sort of cinematic showing, right? But this is what I was able to find. So let's continue on. And keep in mind, this is still just base Persona 5. At this point in time, Persona 5 hasn't even come out yet, let alone Royal. Did we make it to 1080p yet? We did. We made it to 1080. HD, baby. Oh, maybe this is... Hey, Joker. It's the tutorial. Okay, it's called a gameplay trailer, but this is definitely like a stylized presentation. Oh, Igor. Good to see you're still around. Or I think his name was Igor. Igor. This could totally be a gameplay trailer with some of the things we saw in Battles of Persona 4. Fair. That's very fair. Oh. Wow, okay. Everything that I'm seeing, I'm completely comparing to Persona 4 Golden entirely. Do we still have pylons? That was one of my favorite things in Persona 4. The fucking pylon mechanic where everyone just fucking goes ape shit on the enemies. Bro. All right. So then we're going to go from February 2015. We're getting closer. We're getting closer to June 2015. So this is the E3 trailer from 7 years ago. It looks gorgeous, such a stylized game series. I mean, it's definitely clear that they have a lot of passion for the product that they're making. Is this the same trailer, just with English on it instead? I wouldn't be surprised, right? If it is, we won't watch the whole thing. But I think this is the exact same trailer, but with English lines on it. Yes, it is the exact same trailer. I just scrubbed through it. It's the same thing, just in English, presented for E3 instead. Okay, but now we get to move forward in a whole year to Persona 5's E3 2016 trailer. This one is much longer. Those gameplay and E3 trailers were just shy of 3 minutes. This one is 4.5 minutes long. And you know, just for the sake of it, let's take a quick look and remind ourselves when this game actually came out, because I don't remember right off the top of my head. So it did release in Japan. Oh, it released in Japan. Okay, I was wrong, actually. In Japan, it released September of 2016. It didn't release in the West until April of 2017. So they didn't make that 2015 date either. It's fine. It's fine. It happens. Okay. Okay, let's go.
これで手はずは整ったというわけですな。
厄介なことになる前に片付けておかねば。
Joker, you look like shit. What happened to you?
どこであの世界のことを知ったの？取引に応じなければあなたは終わり。おそらく死刑。だから正直に答えて。すべてが真実か。
みんな、落ち合う場所は分かってる。迷ってる時間ないよ。やっちゃって。ジョーカー、始めるぞ。逃走経路は私がナビする。ともかく
These environments, though. Inside the TV in Persona 4 was so much fun, right? All of the different worlds and everything in there, the music inside them was fantastic, but they were all very much like, very few of them, the environment was different, but the way that you progressed through them was very similar. So it's interesting to see the stylized camera directions that they're taking. What is with that? Man, I feel like the environments are going to be really fun to go through in this. Because Persona 4 is a bunch of hallways, rooms, and doors, right? Is Futaba our Rin in this game? You don't actually fight as her, but she gives you all the benefits as like your overseer. Gross. But you ever think the angles in anime are a little weird? Well, that was cool. It didn't make that date either. It didn't release until April.
ようこそ私のベルベットルームへ。
Oh man, I think 99% of fan art of this game is always exclusive of that girl with the headphones and glasses. Futaba? No. I can tell you as somebody who's subscribed to multiple art subreddits that it's all of them, but especially the girls. I think her name is Anne, which is the one with like the curly hair, the long blonde curly hair. She's the one that I probably see the most in that people draw. Okay, so this is the launch trailer. Which is the actual day that the game finally released in the West, April 4th, 2017.
16.
You are truly as he anticipated. This is truly an unjust game. But if my voice is reaching you, I beg you, please overcome this game and save the world.
I'll navigate your escape route. Follow my directions. Enemies here?
Suspect confirmed. Cuff him.
It can't be.
Think that all those crimes were led by a punk like this. You seem to be enjoying every second.
You transferred to Shujin Academy, correct?
I feel like we're gonna get along just fine as troublemakers.
Looks like you'll just have to live a normal, honest school life for the time being. Still, make sure you stay prepared just in case.
I'm curious how much of a personality
Okay, let's do
Joker
this.
has in this
I'm
game.
prepared.
Just
Let's
because
focus and
I
get
can't
moving.
remember what his
This
name
is
was
the
supposed to be in
best part of being
Persona
a
4,
Phantom Thief.
like
Yep,
what
good
the
stuff.
protagonist's name
satisfied.
actually is, but we just named him Heedle.
Let's get it, Joker.
But he was
The shadows are ready to
he
kill.
didn't have as much personality as everyone else in the cast. So I'm wondering if Joker is much more of a defined character.
Allow me to observe the path of your rehabilitation. Gather personas and bring them
Is that supposed to be Igor's fucking
Execute
voice?
them and continue to give birth to even stronger personas. The world is not as it should be. It faces an inevitable utter ruin. However, mankind is said to hold the power to overturn even the most dire of predicaments.
Damn. Okay. All right. So that concludes the media for Persona 5. Because at that point, the game is out. But then there became Persona 5 Royal. Because I don't know if it's just all of them, but I know that at least Persona 3 and Persona 4, they have improved versions of the game. Although Persona 3, for different reasons, is debatable on whether the improved version is actually improved or not, because there's Persona 3 FES and then there's Persona 3 Portable, which was the updated version that came to PlayStation, well, to the PlayStation Portable, and then Persona 4, you had PlayStation 4 and then Persona 4 Golden, and so with Persona 5 they released Royal, which by my understanding, having only played Persona 4 Golden, is that it's the same game with just more in it. You don't need to have played Persona 5 to play Persona 5 Royal. You can just play Royal and you'll have just a perfectly fun time, and you largely won't know what was or wasn't added, because like I looked up later what was added into Golden compared to its base version, and I was really surprised. I was like, oh, I would have never known because of how skillfully it's interwebbed into the game. All right, so the E3 trailer from 2019 for Persona 5 Royal. I think it's a very common thing in Japan, considering Kingdom Hearts were the same. Probably. It's probably. It's. I would equate it to like a
You should know
director's
me by
cut,
now.
right?
Did you think this would please me? Being shown mercy. I don't want your pity. Are you really this spineless?
I'm responsible for crushing that dream.
You ever think the average attractiveness in anime are way above standard? That's media in general.
I think somewhere in Kichi.
It's not strictly anime. That's video games and anime and movies and TV shows.
Wait, so you're saying cognition can be rewritten? Is that even possible?
Remember the discussion we just had? There are a number of students in this school you shouldn't get involved with.
Don't you think she's acting strange?
Thanks for taking my counseling into consideration.
I've been getting this feeling like someone's watching me. Have we?
Okay, Diana, you could check to see if it's like a similar composer or something.
Are you still planning to continue on as the Phantom Thieves? I would think you'd want to steer clear of situations like this.
Oh, you looked? Okay.
So you're out like the trash if you don't show results. We should be able to prevent the worst case scenario if we keep up our efforts.
Did you know? We are all capable of changing ourselves. If we just believe.
Let's make it
I'll tell you, Mitsura didn't do Persona. You could check to see if whoever did do Persona worked with him in some way.
My finals, I'm in deep shit. Oh!
All those people cheering before. It's like a total reversal now. How could they be like this?
I fled from the truth. I'm sorry.
There's no justice in granting people's wishes as you see fit.
I'll be the one to decide what's right for me. I won't ditch everyone else to save my own ass.
Such is the code of the Phantom Thieves.
Coming to the West in Asia in 2020. Is that what ended up happening? Persona 5 Royal was released in October 31st, 2019 in Japan. And this trailer, wait, oh God, there's so many. Which one did we just watch? That was June 2019. So it was only a few months out in Japan, but of course they have to do translations and stuff. So at this point, the release date reveal trailer for Persona 5 Royal from December of 2019. We know that at least it ended up actually releasing March 31st, but let's see if that's what they initially announced.
You are held captive. I beg you, save the world.
It's a very different scene from anything else we've seen in these trailers so far. Joker's also apparently able to like go demon mode. Sicko mode. A brand new character. Interesting. So from my perspective, again, I didn't know she was a new character. I've seen plenty of artwork of Kasumi all over the place, but I had no knowledge of the game whatsoever. So I didn't know that Kasumi was a new character. I would have assumed that they were just part of the base game, but that's kind of part of what I mean about how the director's cuts of the Persona games so skillfully interweave their new content in with the rest of the base game. That was cute. That was really cute. I didn't even realize what they were doing. Man, that's so fucking clever. The damage numbers were giving out the date. Oh my God. 3/31/2020. That's so fucking clever. Oh my God. Can I get the mask? Was that something that you could get with like a... Oh yeah, you totally could get a Joker mask with stand if you got the collector's edition of Persona 5 Royal. That's kind of sick. I hope it I would hope that it was large enough to actually wear, right? Whether it fits on your face. I mean, everyone's got different faces. That's completely different, right? But I would like to believe that it fits on your, that it at least would have a chance of fitting on your face. Time to check eBay price? No, definitely not. All right, so this is from March 12th. So a mere, it's like 3 weeks before the game actually released. Persona 5 Royal specifically in the West. So it's the Change the World trailer.
Let me remind you who you're talking to. I am Kasumi Yoshizawa.
So adamant.
With this power, we might be able to do more than just getting back at society.
You stole everything from Shiko. You destroyed her. Now it's your turn.
No matter what it takes.
Some damn good music.
We go
Persona
in
4 also had damn
what
good
we call
music,
them
so.
palaces, to steal the core of their desires, their treasure. And those whose treasure has been stolen have a change of heart.
We're gonna change the hearts of all the bastards like you.
Now is the time to rise against the abyss of distortion, trickster.
All right, we're still not done yet. So this was the official trailer for Persona 5 Royal that released March 24th, 2020. So it was just, what, a week before the game came out?
Time to fight. Are you ready?
I'm really impressed with how different the trailers have been. Like, they're not reusing the same scenes very much. They're actually really rebuilding each trailer for a new presentation with each one of them.
Stop right there. Bring it.
You better go to your school activities. Come on, follow me. Let's head back.
Yeah, Eve. Like, there's definitely plenty of other games where they'll have like 6 trailers, and 75% of the trailers are all this, like, the same grabs and bits of footage.
Hey, look out!
Come to me.
You can't be serious.
Now come at me. No one's gonna.
You can also tell that we're getting into higher quality footage and capture and stuff. Like, this footage is only 2 years old now, right? Little over 2 years, 2.5 years old. And the visual quality of the footage, I imagine the game looked pretty good before. But comparing like PlayStation 3 footage to like late end PlayStation 4 footage is wild.
You took everything from us.
No need to hold back. Go for it.
Sick.
The actions of the Phantom Thieves showed no sign of stopping.
They're not done yet. Okay. And then the game released, all right? And then it wasn't until like the Summer Games Fest, somewhere in the summer of gaming. This particular video is from June 28th, 2022. 2 years, a little over 2 years later, or just a few months back, when people's prayers were answered. I haven't actually seen this trailer. I haven't seen any of these trailers. There's going to be Persona 3 and 4 in this because it was a collaborative announcement. I'm also very excited that Persona 3 is going to be accessible on modern platforms. Because that was one of the big deals about Persona 4, right? Is that it was moved from PlayStation 2 to to Steam, at least. It was a great game. I fucking loved Persona 4. That was so good. You had to mod it? Technically, yes. But that was strictly for streaming purposes. There was no way to lock its frame rate. So it just gobbled up my graphics card. Because it was like, yes, we'll put this out at 390 frames per second. And I was like, no, I don't need that many. Thank you. Hang on. Oh, Steam isn't listed on Persona 4 Golden. That's why it has a different break here, because it's already on Steam. Okay, I was like, why didn't they all have the same bullet points? Yeah, Persona 5 Royal comes out October 21st, whereas I believe the other ones are sometime next year. All right, and we've caught up to as close as we can get to today, which is September 22nd, September 2022, with the Take Over the World trailer, or the Takeover trailer for Persona 5 Royal.
Obstruction of justice, blackmail, defamation, possession of weapons. Manslaughter too, yeah? And you seem to be enjoying every second of it. Huh?
All right, everyone, be on alert.
Okay, it took 10 trailers and for it to be the port of the game onto extra systems for us to finally see reused footage.
In the near future, there is no mistake that ruin awaits you. Do you have the resolve to challenge the distortion of the world?
Is that Igor's voice? Holy crap, that's not the voice I had for him at all in Persona 4.
We can change people's hearts. We might be able to do more than just getting back at society.
I will not lose heart again. Ever.
Please don't forget the promise we made, okay?
I won't let you down.
There's still new footage in this, which is crazy cool.
We nailed it, Senpai.
There isn't even a 1 in a million chance that my Phantom Thieves could ever lose.
And we've completed our journey of Persona 5 and Royal, as it would be. And finally, it'll be available now, October 21st. Persona 3 and 4 will be available on the other platforms, like I said, early in 2023. But it does find, man, if there wasn't one of the most prevalent long-running memes on the internet of when is Persona 5 coming to Switch, is probably just, man, they couldn't hammer that home hard and fast enough. Although, you know, here's one of the things that I do find interesting, is that this has taken so long, right? Persona 5 released 2015 if you're in Japan. No, wrong. 2016 in Japan, 2017 in the West. And the release date for Persona 4 Golden, if I remember correctly, not Golden, but Persona 4, is that it released, July 2008. In both Japan, July in Japan, December in North America. And so there was approximately an 8-year gap of time between when Persona 4 released and when Persona 5 released. Which then, when we look at the releases now, Persona 5 released in 2016. If they followed the same timeline, that would mean that Persona 6 realistically should be coming out in like 2 years. And we haven't seen or heard anything about it, which Persona 5, they did add that there was Persona 5 Strikers, which was not made by the same team as that built Persona 5, but it is kind of like a half sequel to it, and it doesn't play the same way. It's a Tenchi Muso style game where you're not Tenchi, just a Muso style game where you're destroying hordes of enemies, right? And so, but what that means is that realistically, we should be seeing Persona 6 sometime soon. 8 years honestly is standard for concept to finish game. Yeah, and so, but it's interesting to me, especially since Persona 5 was first shown off in 2013 or 2014, depending, you know, if you really want to count that very first trailer. The one was an E3 trailer, right? Let's go take a look here. So this was a teaser The E3 trailer was 2015. I guess they were pretty generous in not announcing it too early. I mean, they had these trailers, one in 2013 and one in early 2014, but the real announcement that showed off the game was in early to mid 2015, depending on if you're looking at the Japan or the Western reveal. And then they released it, at least in Japan, it was a little over a year later, and about, we'll just say 18 months later for the West. So if they follow that same course and on the idea that they are following a similar timescale, then we should be seeing Persona 6 maybe at like E3 next year. Really, if it's fits within that timeline, which is crazy. Cool, though. It's very cool because it means that I got into Persona when Persona 4 Golden released on Steam. I'm going to be playing Persona 5 Royal with this release. And by about the time that we finally finish Persona 5 Royal, because I will give you a heads up, if you wanted to join us on that journey, on Fridays, me and Athena will be streaming it, but we can only play so much at a time, and these games are very, very long. And so with that in mind, it'll take us quite some time to actually get through it. And by about the time we're getting done with Persona 5 Royal, we'll probably be getting closer to a reveal of Persona 6, if it does follow along with that relative time frame. Doesn't look like they work together? Okay, I was just throwing out possibilities. So, with that said, that is Persona 5 Royal and Persona 5 and its entire journey in terms of its marketing campaign, at least what's available in video form on YouTube. I'm sure there was a lot more, and that looks really, really good. I know that Persona 5/Royal has received a massive amount of critical acclaim. Just an insane amount of accolades have went towards this game, and with my experience from Persona 4 Golden and just looking at what was showcased for Persona 5, I can definitely see where a lot of that would have come from. But with all that said, let me know what your thoughts are. Are you new to Persona? I'm not super new anymore since I have played through Persona 4 Golden, but I still feel new. Are you brand new to the franchise? Is Persona 5 Royal available on new platforms going to be what brings you in? Are you now interested in trying it? I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what your thoughts are. Put them down in the comments below. If you want to keep up the conversation elsewhere, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. And speaking of Discord, we actually have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can watch together live on stream, because we do stream 4 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, and I'd love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you go watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy.